Even as electric cars become more and more common, one area in which internal combustion engines still rule the roost is in terms of driving range. But how far can you stretch that notion? That's why we're here at the ungodly hour of 4 AM to take part in Audi's Fuel Efficiency Challenge 2022 to answer one question. Can you drive from Singapore to Thailand in one tank? Let's find out. Right, pumping up your tyres. Normally, when you're driving, what you should do is just follow the manufacturer's recommended tyre pressures as found in your door. But if you're going for maximum efficiency, it can help to overinflate your tyres because that gives the tyre a slightly smaller contact patch with the ground, which means less friction, and it also stiffens the tyre overall, which allows it to resist deforming. And again, that helps with efficiency. So we're about 370 km into our journey, and what happened earlier was it was too dark to film when we set off from the Shell station along the AYE all the way until we reached Malacca Aikaro. So it was too dark, couldn't film, and after that, when Sing took over the driving to KL, I died because of the ungodly 4 AM start. So yeah, now we're just leaving Sungai Buloh. We've just had our early lunch, and we are about halfway through on our journey to the Thai border. So the car we're driving is the Audi A3 1-litre sedan, and as of leaving Sungai Buloh, which is at the halfway mark, our range, we had covered 370 kilometers, and our estimated remaining range was 850 km, which is quite astounding. So you do the math, almost 1,200 km of maximum potential range in this car. It's incredible to think that even up to like 330 or 350 km of distance traveled, only then did the fuel gauge move off full. So it's only a 1 litre, but this thing is quite incredible when it comes to long distance driving. More important than the car you're driving to make your petrol last the distance is how you drive it.
So now we are up on the roads, more than halfway of our journey to Thailand, and our fuel consumption is at 25.0 kilometers per litre.
I mean, for a non-hybrid, okay, it's a mild hybrid, but it's closer to a standard petrol car than a hybrid like a Toyota Prius or something like that. It's a damn high number. But I think more impressive than that is the amount of range we got. So just before we pulled in, I'm not sure what you saw earlier, but just before we pulled into Sungai Buloh, we had covered 350 km, I think, since leaving Singapore, and it was only at that point the fuel gauge moved off full.
Yeah, I noticed like in the first 1/4 of our journey, it barely moved. We still had like full tank. Yeah, the other crew was like, wait, why do you have full tank?
Yeah. So we did 370 km as we were leaving Sungai Buloh, and the range readout was 850 at that point. So that puts us at 850 plus 370. Can't math. 1,200 km.
Yeah,
about 1,200 km, which is an incredible number if you think about it, right? Like most normal cars will struggle to do maybe 700, 800, I think, on one tank. With regards to can we make it to Thailand, I think we don't have to worry lah. As a mild hybrid, so mild hybrid meaning it's got a starter motor that allows the car to shut itself down when you are coasting.
Right.
So that gives you kind of free economy lah, especially if you're going downhill, because you're still rolling but your engine is off, which is quite impressive. And I don't know why, but when it's freewheeling, when it's coasting, it's got so little friction. It just rolls and rolls and rolls like forever.
It really does pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. So and also, it's only a 1 litre, so its fuel economy from the factory already is quite good. I think according to the brochure, it's 23.3 km per litre is their claim economy. And okay, so because we've been doing highway all the while and just constant speed, our range is naturally higher lah. Our economy is higher. So right now we're at 25.0, which quite amazing for any petrol powered car. And actually another thing is that we're quite lucky that we got the sedan instead of the hatchback, the sportback that one of the other teams has. This gets really geeky lah, but basically the sedan with its longer shape, right, with its tail, is more aerodynamic than the hatchback. It will take a smarter mind than me, maybe one of my engineering friends, to properly explain why. But just the way the aerodynamics work, in general, sedans are more aerodynamic than hatchbacks.
Such heavy rain, but it's so sunny.
Welcome to Malaysia. This is like the fourth time or fifth time it's rained on this trip.
You can barely see anything, but it's like sunlight is like piercing my eyes.
That's not good.
That's a really bad jam.
Not to wish ill on our friends and colleagues, competitors, rivals, enemies, or not enemies, rivals. Hopefully some of them get caught in that.
Hopefully some of them take the alternate red route.
The alternate red route is our original route on the highway, and God knows what is causing this jam here, but it's being 18 minutes slower. That's huge.
It would have killed our economy.
Yeah, we could have killed our economy. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid that.
Hopefully it gives us an advantage on winning this challenge. Now we are 25.1.
Hey!
So in my earlier stint, when I was driving on the road, I noticed that the method of accelerating in pulses wasn't exactly working, because I'll just end up, after the cruising finishes, right?
Yeah.
I'll just end up slow at like 60 or 70, and it's not very healthy. It's too slow for my liking.
So I suppose this was a tip that you picked up from somewhere before the trip, right?
Yeah.
In general, like the general rule to remember for, if you want to maximize your fuel economy is as few revs as possible. So depending on whatever gear your highest gear is, right? If you can stay at about, I think maybe 1,500 RPM to 1,008, and just constantly keep at that level, right? If you're on level ground, you will probably be quite slow, but that will maximize your fuel economy. The main thing that you want to avoid is high revs, like for example, like accelerating hard. Also, in general, because the 100 like the engine is usually more efficient at lower revs than higher revs, or low throttle openings than at high throttle openings. So even if you were getting the benefits of the acceleration by keeping on full throttle longer, it's not as efficient. You're spending more fuel. It's like the law of diminishing returns lah. You mentioned earlier you would accelerate up the hill and then coast down it, right?
Yeah. Okay, wait. So it's either, I was told that it's either accelerate up the hill and coast down, or accelerate before uphill and coast down.
The latter would be correct. You want to build up your momentum before you reach the uphill section, because you will use up more petrol to maintain the speed when you're going uphill because you're fighting gravity.
Right.
So you want to build up your momentum on the straight, flat portion first. Doesn't matter if you lose speed as you're going uphill, because once you go over it, then you can go down and you gain speed when you're on the down. And that ties in actually to cruise control, because like earlier you heard on the radio with the other guys, someone asking, were we using cruise control, right? And actually, if you're looking for fuel economy, the answer is no. Cruise control is actually your enemy.
Wait, what exactly is cruise control without sounding too empty-head?
You set a speed for the car to follow, and the car will just travel at that set speed on its own lah. Also, like you might think that cruise control, because the car is maintaining the set speed, so it's that's maintaining momentum, but that works fine when you are on straight level ground. But when it comes to inclines, that's where the machine loses its advantage. I mean, it's a convenience, but it doesn't usually doesn't help save fuel. Reason is because when you're cruise control, the car is programmed to maintain that set speed, say 90 or 100 or whatever it is. But the problem is when you reach an uphill, the car starts slowing down because of gravity, but the car is thinking, okay, no, but I need to maintain that speed. So then it starts it applies more throttle, it accelerates harder to maintain that speed when you're going up the hill. And then when you're going downhill, sometimes it might actually brake automatically to keep the speed. So all of that is wasted energy. So so that's why when you are going up, right, it doesn't matter when it slows down, because in the bigger picture, when you go down the hill, you are gaining back the speed, or most of the speed that you lost when you were going up.
Right.
As you can see, we are now in Thailand, in Hat Yai actually, so not just the Thai border. So to answer the original question, can you drive from Singapore to Thailand in one tank? The answer is no. The answer is no. This car, Audi A3, did Singapore to the Thai border with half a tank.
Half a tank
Of petrol. Of, I think, 40 something litre tank? I'm not
not
sure.
one, not two, but half.
I'm not sure how big the tank size is. I'll put it on the screen somewhere afterwards. But guys, it's quite an astounding achievement.
It was quite a superb journey, not gonna lie. A very reliable car and made us all the way here in half a tank. Dirty as hell, but you know what? It did the job.
It looks, the dirt makes it look great.
Yeah, the dirt
Audi,
makes it look great.
Rally Heritage. It's so cool. Yeah, I think some stats. We covered 886 kilometers in total to reach Hat Yai, and 25.3 km per litre overall. So if you look at the range that we covered and the range remaining, add that together, and this car can potentially do 1,300 kilometers, 1.3 km on a tank of petrol. That is freaking amazing.
Really impressive.
Right. And by the way, you might notice that we are wearing different clothes to earlier on in the video. That's because we stopped by.
And it was cool.
We stopped by for a photo shoot. Photos were epic, and also the rain was too. So we got drenched.
Hence the clothes. Yeah.
But,
so I'm gonna miss this A1.
Yeah, it's been a good
A3.
drive. The A3, 1 litre sedan. That's about it for this video. We've been on the road now so it's now about 8:45 PM Singapore time, which means we've been on the road for about 16 hours. I think this is the most grueling drive I've ever done. Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video for us. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe, and keep on watching Ignition
See you
TV.
next time.
Ignition TV and SG Family Man.
And SG
for more
Family Man.
for more
Invite me
content.
soon, okay? Okay, see you guys
Bye.
next time.